What do you do about subjects you're not good at as the mom teaching your child? And so this is a really important one because I think people are nervous. I do laugh when you're talking to a mom of a 5-year-old and they're like, how am I going to teach chemistry? Okay, well, you don't have to teach chemistry today. And God provides our daily bread. So when you need that, there will be a source, there will be an answer, there will be a solution. So everybody take a deep breath.
Oh gosh, I remember, Nancy, when I started homeschooling, and this is in the '80s, so nobody knew about homeschooling. And they're here, is it legal? What about socialization? And then they would ask me about three things. About PE? What about the prom? And what about physics? And I would want to say, could you give me a few years on those last two things?
Right? Oh my goodness. Well, and now today there's so many homeschool co-ops and
That's
support
right.
groups and field trips and when I homeschooled, there was a homeschool bowling league that we did for a year. It
Oh,
was
that's
super
so
fun,
much fun. Yes, yes.
and homeschool PE and things like that. But there's just so many opportunities available to us that we just don't need to worry so much, right?
Right, and when you talk about, handling subjects that your children aren't good at, there's probably a difference in the way you handle things in elementary school and then the ways you handle things in high school. Well, when we're gonna address that whole, high school issue in a little bit,
Yeah.
but, one of the things we always thought about was, you just learn with your children. I mean, there are a lot of things, even at the elementary level, you're teaching your kids and you think, oh gosh, I didn't remember learning that in school. Or, you just learn right along with them. And you mentioned a co op. If want to join a co op to teach some of the subjects that you're not particularly good at, or you just want to break from, that's an option now. That hadn't always been an option now, but there's so many homeschool co ops and tutorials now.
And you can trade with friends. I have a friend who was a chemistry major in college, and she teaches the chemistry classes, and she trades with a friend who teaches like the writing class or whatever. So it doesn't need to be even a big group of people. It can just be 2 or 3 moms or dads that trade off on something, an area that they're experienced in. And it doesn't even have to be teaching the whole course. It could be maybe it's you do the science labs together with other
Yes,
friends.
absolutely. That's right, because those seem to be the biggest bear,
Right.
in the whole science area. Yep, yep.
That helped us. We had a funny experience. We did a homeschool co-op with a 12-week co-op with 3 other families, and we just met once a week for 12 weeks, and we covered a different system of the human body. And my girls and I are very squeamish about things like that, and 2 of the girls grew up to become nurses. But I remember we ordered the eyeball and the sheep heart, and we were doing a dissection, and my girls and I were, like, on the other side of the room kinda turning green as their noses were up against that heart, like, digging in, they were so excited, and so, it gave us the opportunity to cover that subject without us actually having to touch the scalpel.
Right. Yes, that is so true. I was not a big fan of dissection. If it didn't have anything to do, if it wasn't practical or you didn't have to do it with your hands, I felt like I could teach it.
Oh my
Otherwise,
goodness.
I really needed help.